Good morning. Just wanted to follow up from my video from yesterday on Novavax and how that video came together. Today is going to be a similar approach in that I woke up. It's still in the morning, got my cup of coffee. I don't typically put my hat on first thing in the morning, but you guys don't want to see what my hair looks like. But anyways, I wanted to follow up that video with some information that got left out yesterday but was somewhat alluded to in the video. So in the video talking about Novavax, there was some parts where I talked about my previous discussions about comparing Novavax and Moderna. And what I wanted to talk about today is one of the red flags that I had mentioned that sort of got glossed over on the big Novavax news joining the Operation Warp Speed program, was that yesterday an article on Reuters came out called Exclusive: Moderna Spars with U.S. Scientists Over COVID-19 Vaccine Trials. The article was written by Marissa Taylor and Robin Respout, and I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right, Robin. But the article is a very well written article, and it sort of talks about some of the struggles that Moderna and the government are having as we work towards the vaccine. As you know, the federal government has been supporting Moderna. They were one of the initial companies that joined the Operation Warp Speed program. And Moderna has been the first company to really put out any data, although it's been very limited data, that shows that they have a candidate that seems to be effective. Having said that, that was just 8 subjects still that we've only read about. But by all reports, Moderna definitely seems to be leading the race for the vaccine. Now, according to the article, the company has been having some tensions with the U.S. government, really when it comes to delivering trial protocols. And what they find, and what the reporting is saying, is that Moderna is resisting experts' advice on how to run a study. That's concerning for a lot of reasons. One is you could have the best technology and the best treatment in the world, but if you don't go through the proper steps to show that the treatment is safe, that your design of your study is going to yield results of the data that are accurate, it could potentially put your whole project at risk. According to the article, the government is not having the same issues with the established drug makers such as AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. And those are some of the issues we had talked about when I put out that vaccine investing primer about big pharma versus the biotechs. One of the disagreements that's reported in the article is that Moderna is resisting the experts' insistence on close monitoring of trial participants who might contract the virus for changes in oxygen levels. Those changes could signal dangerous complications. The other drug makers have complied with this insistence. However, Moderna has questioned it as a hassle and is slowing them down. Apparently, what Moderna would prefer is that the participants go to their own doctors when it comes to monitoring. So there's no question that there is a lot of focus on getting this vaccine to market, and it's trying to do something that is never done. It's getting this vaccine out in a year. It takes usually many, many years for a vaccine to get to market. The problem here with Moderna is you have to follow the steps, because if you don't, right now you currently are leading, but if you make a big misstep, you could be way behind. The red flag here for Moderna is really that story of the tortoise and the hare. You can go out all speed to get there first, but if you make some mistakes or missteps along the way, that can put you way, way back. And I think it's pretty clear at this point that there will be more than one vaccine that is developed and found to be safe. So while being first to market definitely is important for a lot of reasons. It will help with, being first to market gives you first chance at pricing, first chance at getting more contracts. It gives you prestige. There's no question about that. But knowing that there's going to be other vaccines to market, you want to be careful that you don't come back 2 years later because of missteps along the way. You really want to make sure you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. Now, also, Reuters reported that there was a statement released to them that the U.S. Health and Human Services Department said that the collaboration with Moderna, as with all organizations, has been extremely cooperative. And the agency also noted that Moderna's vaccine candidate is the most advanced and has shown excellent performance in early trials. Where some of the tensions have come out, according again to the article, is that Moderna has been less forthcoming than other drug makers about its plans for the phase 3 trials. In fact, in this article, it's reported that Moderna delayed submitting its clinical trials by several weeks. One of the things Moderna really needs to keep in mind is that when you've accepted the government money, you have to follow their protocols. And any steps where you're not following it is going to delay the process. And again, this is a situation that there really isn't a time for delays. The biggest issue here for Moderna is that they really are trying to be the first to market. They want to deliver to the public and to the investors. The big thing for Moderna is they really want to be successful. But this is really their first large-scale vaccine trial. And this is something that could really make or break the company in some ways. And when I say break, that's probably strong terminology, but this is definitely their opportunity to hit it big. They have a lot of other vaccines and therapies in their pipeline, but none are near regulatory approval. This would be huge for them. And if they don't get approval on this particular vaccine, it's going to put a huge hit onto the share price. To put things in perspective, in the past, the biggest trial that Moderna ever has run had 250 participants. For their phase 3 trial, it's going to have 30,000 test subjects. So that's the latest red flag from Moderna. So to recap some of the other red flags that we talked about with Moderna is that when they first released their data, there was a few things that were a little concerning to me. One was that soon as the news broke, the stock price skyrocketed, the market closed, and then news broke that Moderna was going to issue a public offering of 17.6 million shares. It was then also reported that the administration's vaccine czar had holdings in the company and was planning to divest, which I'm sure was not going to be a problem after the share price spiked. The next thing that came out was all of the insider selling that was happening. And you start hearing those claims of pump and dump. Again, there are a lot of red flags out there. So what I would like for you guys to know out there is that I've done some videos on, again, comparing Moderna and Novavax. And all of those videos started, I really have no preference who gets to the market first. I just hope that at some point we're successful in getting a vaccine quickly and things can get back to normal as quickly as possible. My job here is never to tell you guys you need to buy this stock or at this price or whatever. I'm not going to do that. But what I do want to tell you is what the information that's out there, information that I look at when making a decision. I know a lot of people look at the charts and go deep into that. That's not something I really want to do on this channel because to me it's really the reasoning behind it. And that's really what I want to try to do with this channel because at the end of the day, how the market responds on how the charts are looking, to me is not as interesting as understanding the big picture of the company. And to me, that's really what it comes down to when it's investing versus trading. And on this channel, I'm definitely more interested in using the experience that I have, which is a long-term investor. And again, really trying to help share my opinions on what it takes to look through the news that comes out. Is it legit? Is it something that makes sense in the long term? Or is it something that doesn't? And if it doesn't, we want to make sure that we call a company out on that. What we don't want to do is get caught up into the emotions of it. And again, just really trying to look at sharing big picture when it comes to these stories. So I know we focused a lot on Moderna and Novavax and also Albertsons companies. As far as Albertsons, I plan on making a more extensive post-IPO video on them because I'm sure there's a lot of people that watch the videos on that and wondering why the share price is where it is. We've talked about a new company, Nakarta, that's going to be IPOing. And again, the information I give is not telling you to buy it or not buy it. It's just giving you some more information to make the best decision for yourself. So with that, I'm going to get back to the coffee. It probably is going to need warmed up. I'm actually not going to warm it up. I'm going to put a little bit new stuff in there. But I just want to thank you for joining me in this morning. And again, quick video. Hopefully you don't criticize it too much for the quality. But I just wanted to, again, follow up from yesterday and just let you know how when I wake up in the morning, what I look for, how I let the information process, and then what I do as I think about it. So anyways, hope you guys all have a good day. I hope to see you soon. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. I always appreciate that. And whether you subscribed or didn't subscribe, definitely would appreciate that like button, that big thumbs up. Definitely helps the channel. It really helps validate me continue to make these videos that I really hope you find informative and even maybe even a little entertaining. So at the end of that, have a great day and we will talk to you soon.